it's Rose. Guess what? I hit 400 followers, and thanks to y'all, I'm going to be answering your burning questions to me. 2 things before we start. 1, I wanted to thank everyone who participated in the Q&A. Okay, so bear with me. I got a few people. So, we have Rainbow Starky Dash, Starky Dash, I hope I'm saying that right, Mechadragon 101, Austin, we have Foxy Lunacy, I'm so sorry, Scary Gun, I am afraid, Pony Rail Official, Sapphire Prism, YCH open, commissions open, The Real Egg, Ruffles Green, Milk, Midnight Note, Red, Shitpost King with anger problems. And those are everybody who commented on the status that I posted on Twitter, and in no particular order, I'll be answering their questions. So thank you very much to everybody who participated. I love you guys, and, without you, I wouldn't be here. So thanks again. And I also wanted to thank all my friends for encouraging me to do this, and a special thank you to Milk for spending about an hour and a half of his time reading the questions to me. So thank you, Milk. The second thing I wanted to tell you before we started was this drawing you see in the backdrop is a user-answered question. In fact, it's the first question, I believe. I wanted to draw something in the backdrop, but I don't know how this will fare, so you may see one drawing or you might see 2. But either way, I really hope you enjoy the video and the art. So let's get started. So the first question comes from Rainbow Starky Dash. They ask, is Donovan C. Mcgrath a brony? Just make up an answer even though you don't know who it is. It's an inside joke in my life. Well, my answer to that question is actually what I'm drawing in the background, so I hope that you enjoy the process throughout the video, and thank you for your question. The second question is from Mechadragon 101, and they ask, what video? Well, it's this video. It's the 400 follower Q&A, and thank you very much for just asking the question. Austin asks, who is your favorite pony and why are they your favorite? I have a toss-up between Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie for 2 separate reasons. Rainbow Dash has a lot in common with me personality-wise, except for the confidence. And Pinkie Pie, when she gets very passionate about something, she's all in it, and that's how I am whenever I think about art or any art-related projects. So for those 2 reasons, it's why I like both of the ponies, but I just do not share their confidence. I am more of a Fluttershy when it comes to that. But I do strive to be like both of them, so I guess that's why they're my favorite, besides the fact that they are, for me, aesthetically pleasing ponies to look at. So Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie. The next question comes from Scary Gun, commissions open. Who is your favorite artist that inspired you? So I don't have a set one, just like with my favorite pony. I don't really have one that I look up to, but all of my friends is essentially the short answer. Each part of their art I wish to have inside of mine. They kind of test me to do better every single day, and because they are my friends, they always inspire me to do new things and to get out of my creative shell. So the next question comes from Foxy Lunacy. Tell us something that is so true. You are valid. The next question is The Real Egg, and they ask, what type of egg do you dislike the most? I'm sorry, Egg, but all eggs give me upset stomachs. So I'd have to say that the ones that I dislike the most is probably just egg. But if you want a good answer to this, you're my favorite egg. Thank you for asking questions. The next question comes from Pony Rail Official, and they ask, when did you join the fandom and how did you join the fandom? So, when did I join the fandom? I would say about season 1. And how did I join the fandom? I joined, via watching a couple of episodes and then tracing back. Oh wait, fuck, wrong answer. Cut. When did you join the fandom and how did you join the fandom? I joined the fandom around season 1 to season 2. I basically did that by watching a couple of episodes, looking up all the history, and then watching it myself. And how did I join the fandom specifically? I kind of just got on Twitter, and then I posted all my pony art, and I did commissions for people, and I met a lot of really amazing people. And they were all fans, so I just said, heck, I guess I'll join the fandom. So through my art, I would say, is how I got into the fandom. Sapphire Prism, YCH open, commissions open. They ask, when did you start drawing ponies? So, I would have to say right around season 1, like I said in the last one, the last question. And the reason being is because, again, I was on another site and I was primarily a furry artist. And when I started to watch the show, I got more inspired to draw a more simplistic style. And ponies just seem like the perfect base to start off with, so I really enjoy it. It's actually my comfort art. I draw a whole bunch of other things that really inspire me and push my limits, but if I'm feeling like I just need to doodle something and just get it out of my system, I normally do it with Pony OC. The next set of questions comes from my dear friend Milk. He actually helped me record this video by asking me all of the questions. So, thank you, Milk. He says, what brought you into the Brony furry fandom? I think I already kind of answered that on the Brony side. Twitter basically helped me get to the Brony side of the fandom. But the furry side, I've always been a furry since high school, right before I left. I was in AP art and we had to do an assignment. And with this assignment, we had to make a character doing something for kids, kind of like a poster to say, don't do drugs or no smoking or pick up your trash. And I decided to go with a furry dog. And needless to say, it didn't work out the way I thought it did, but I found a website that was kind of all-inclusive and had exactly what I was looking for when it came to the kind of art that I drew, and it just so happened it was furry. So I started off as a furry, and now I'm a Brony, or a Pegasister, or whatever you want to call it. The next question is, what got you started in art? I've always loved art, so I don't really think I got, something got me started, more so I feel like I was just born to love art. There's a memory that I have a long time ago of the first official time that I said I wanted to be an artist, and I think about that time is when I really started to dedicate myself to studying art and trying to do better and make it into a career. I'm still trying to make it into a career 20 years later, but I'm trying, so I'm having a lot of fun. What would you say are your major influences in your art? So, that's a good question. I actually do have somebody who influences my art a lot. Not necessarily an inspiration, but I like to look at him as my teacher, as a teacher I'll never meet. His name is Ethan Becker, and he influences a lot of my art because he teaches artists how to do things structurally while not paying attention to the design of the image, like a lot of teachers do. So it doesn't matter if you do anime, if you do pony, if you do realism, if you do westernized art. He doesn't care about any of that. He just cares about how you're doing it, and if you want to do it professional, this is how you would go about making your art look more professional. Other influences, music. I listen to lo-fi all the time. I don't know if you can see where it comes out, but lo-fi definitely has a big influence on it. It's the music I pop in, I just listen to and zone out. And then, this is gonna sound really cliche, but all of my friends, all of my artist friends, they have a massive impact and influence in my art as well, because if I'm doing personal images, most likely they're in it, or they help me come up with ideas for my art, period. So I feel like that's very, they influence me as well. So the next question that Milk asks is, what's your current art setup? I don't know the exact name of my tablet because it doesn't actually list it, but it is from the XP Pen series, and I know there's a 12. I know this because the 12 was huge on the box. So XP Pen 12. That's what I'm using for my actual tablet. I have Psy as my art program, and I also have Krita for editing purposes. And occasionally I do use, when I'm doing my comics or anything of the sort, I use MS Paint. Actually, I might be lying about that, hold on. It's 3D Paint. It's it's the better version of MS Paint. And then if you're talking about any other kind of art, I mean, I have my mic, but I don't really consider that like artsy, so that's what I have. That's it. That's my current art setup. So the next question is, who are some artists that you look up to? This time, I'm not gonna name all my friends. I won't be generic and skip that question like that. There are specific people that I do look up to in my art for very specific reasons. So I look up to Ethan Becker. No, he's not my friend, but I look up to him because he has confidence inside of his art, and I strive for that. I strive for the bold strokes and the movement that he makes. They're almost animated. He is an animator, so of course he's gonna be good at that, right? I want that because I'm drawing a comic. So I look up to him for that reason. Also, he teaches a lot of good stuff. Not sponsored, you should go support him anyway though. I look up to Alice, my friend Alice, because they have an art style that is so incredibly unique, and their shading style is to die for. The fact that they do everything as if they were painting on a canvas, to me is just it's inspiring. I should have said that in the inspiring question. Anyways, but yeah, I look up to her for that reason. Her art is just so unique, and I love the shading style. I love the realism that comes with it and the painting strokes. It's just so aesthetically pleasing in my eyes. Other artists that I kind of look up to, Rogue. I think it's Sapphire Noir on Twitter, but I look up to her because of business ethic. She doesn't take any shit from anybody. She's, true to her form, and she knows how to be confident about her art. And I really wish I had that kind of confidence, because, everybody should love their art. She said that herself. Everybody should love their art and always want to do better with it, but still be able to say, I love it, I'm proud of it, and that's why I'm selling it. So I strive for that. Another artist, and this will be my last artist that I look up to, is Zumming. I love her coloring and comic genius. Her color style is very easy to read, and the way that she formats her comics and tells stories is fascinating. And if you have not heard of her, please go see her. She is an 18+ artist, so just be warned. Alright, so the last question that Milk has is any TV shows or internet shows that I love to watch. I actually have a couple, but I'm only gonna name 3. I'll be fair. I'll name 3. So right now, I am currently watching Black Clover, and that's an anime on Hulu. I really, really love the premise, and I'm not going to spoil anything. Just please go watch it if you have Hulu, and if you don't have Hulu, if you have the time and someone does have Hulu, go over to their house and watch it, because it just makes you feel things straight from the get-go. The second one that I'm not currently watching, but I'm watching alongside, is called Grimm. I really love the fantasy tale of it. It's taking Grimm fairy tales and making them real life, but in a weird, twisted way. There's a lot of murder, there's a lot of mystery and solving and cute stuff. It kind of is a slice of life, but not really, not with how much goes on inside the show. And then the third show that I am watching right now, currently, is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And if you don't know the show, just please go watch it. Thank you, Milk, for all of the questions, and I'm gonna go on to the next one. Ruffle Green asks, do you have a guilty pleasure? If so, what is it? I actually had to change my answer. Originally, it was gonna be pot, but when I look at the bigger picture here, it has to be My Little Pony. I'm an adult, and it's a kid's show. You know what I mean? Red asks, who is best pony? So, Milk kind of made this a little hard for me, because I already told you that I don't really have a favorite, but because I have Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie, but now I have to pick, of those two, which is the better pony. So, you know, that's kind of hard because I love them for 2 different reasons. I would have to say, though, simply based on the fact of which one did I draw more, I would have to say Pinkie Pie. Okay, so the next one is Midnight Note. What got you into art? And if you still have it, what is the first thing that you've ever drawn? So, alright, here's the thing. I already told you what got me into art. I didn't really have a set thing that got me into art, but I will tell you the experience of the day that I decided I was going to become an artist, and then I will also tell you what was my first drawing. Unfortunately, that drawing got burnt in a fire, so I can't really show it to you, but I will describe it for you. So, how did I get into art? I was on a couch inside of a log cabin. This was my house, and I just decided one day while watching Invader Zim that I wanted to draw him, I guess. So I go over, I got pencils, crayons, all that jazz, then I started to draw Invader Zim. I really, really concentrated on it, and I went over to my mom and I said, you know, look, Mom, it's a picture. And she said, oh, this is so beautiful, sweetie. You know, as moms do. Supportive, loving moms. And I said, you know, I want to become an artist. And she basically said, hey. She didn't say hey. She was like, are you serious? You actually want to become an artist? And I said, yes, I do. I really want to become an artist. I want to be the best artist. I want to be, you know, I want to be better than Picasso. And she kind of laughed, but she was like, you know what? As long as you believe and you really stick to your guns and follow your dreams, you can become anything you want. And so ever since that day, I have been striving to become the best artist, quote unquote. But the first thing that I've ever drawn. My mom actually had at some point. It was up on the fridge, and basically it was a coloring page, but I made it look like the character on the page. I made it look like a different character. If you could imagine a Sonic out of a snowman, sure, we'll go with that. No, that wasn't the picture, but just like the premise of there was a snowman on the page and someone created Sonic from the snowman. I don't specifically know what the image was. All I know is that I was too young to really understand how to draw, and it didn't really matter what I wanted it to become because it was a bunch of scribbles. But I did have it at one point. My mom kept like first of everything's, and then we had a house fire and it kind of went I wasn't there though, so you know, it's fine, don't worry. Okay, so the last submission, the last question is from Shitpost King with anger problems, and they ask, you haven't finished your sandwich. Do you want more flesh on it? Sir, from the first time I wrote a response to you to now, I do not think anyone wants a rotten flesh sandwich. You didn't even cook it. You just stuck it on some bread. You didn't even put condiments on it. You didn't even dress it to make it look good. Do you know how many pigeons attacked me that day? You don't even know. Because you just came in and handed me a rotten flesh sandwich. And, no, I'd have to say, please take that away from me. I'm sorry. Alrighty, y'all. Well, thanks for sticking with me through this video. Thank you for submitting your questions, and seriously, thank you guys for reaching 400 for me. It's a milestone that I didn't even get with my first account, and I'm really honored to get it for the second account. So there's gonna be a lot more to come. Obviously, I want to be more interactive. I want to do a lot more. If you guys are interested in any of my personal projects, please head on over to my Ko-Fi. I'll have the link in the description. And I guess that's pretty much it. Stay safe and don't do drugs. Bye!